When I started in cybersecurity, and this was a long time ago, nobody told me there were different paths. Nobody said, here's where you could go. Here's what each role actually involves. Here's how to choose. You just kind of fell into something and figured it out as you went. And honestly, that's still how most people end up in cybersecurity today. They stumble in through networking or through a SOC job or through IT support. And they never really look up and think, wait, what else is out there? What could I be moving towards? So today I want to fix that, because there are 16 distinct career pathways in cybersecurity recognized by the UK Cybersecurity Council. And most people in the industry know maybe 3 or 4 out of them. The rest completely off their radar. This is the first introduction video in the series where I'm going to cover all 16. But today I want to give you the full map so you can see the whole picture and figure out where you actually want to go. Chapter 1. Why this map matters. Now here's the problem I see constantly, especially with people breaking into cybersecurity. They think the path looks like this: IT support, security plus, SOC analyst, and then maybe CSSP or CISM one day. Or IT support, pen testing, ethical hacker. That's it. That's the whole mental model. And if that's all you know about, that's all you'll aim for. But cybersecurity is not just 1 or 2 careers. It's a collection of very different disciplines that happen to sit under the same umbrella. Some of them are deeply technical. You are into terminals, writing scripts, reverse engineering malware. Others are almost entirely about judgment, communication, and risk. Some are outward facing. You are attacking system, finding vulnerabilities. Others are about building framework and governing how an entire organization think about security. The UK Cybersecurity Council, which is essentially the professional body of our industry in this country, has mapped out 16 specialist areas. And what I found really useful about this framework is that it also shows you which areas to connect to each other. So you can see natural progression routes and lateral moves, not just one single ladder. So let me walk you through all 16, and I'll tell you honestly which ones are growing, which ones are hardest to break into, and which one most people overlook. Chapter 2, the 16 pathways, the full map. Right, let's go through them. I'll keep this brief but give you enough to know whether each one resonates. Number 1, secure operations. Here you are managing how the organization system run day to day in line with security policy. Think SecOps, change management, operational controls, often where IT operations and security overlap. Number 2, network monitoring and intrusion detection. Classic SOC territory. You're watching traffic, you're watching behavior, spotting things that don't belong. This is where a lot of people start and where SIM and EDR tools live day to day. Number 3, incident response. You are the firefighter here. When something goes wrong, like ransomware, breach, DDoS, you are the one getting the call at 2 a.m. High pressure, highly valued, never boring job. Strong demand and strong salaries here. Number 4, vulnerability management. You own the organization's knowns and unknowns. Running scans, tracking CVs, working with teams to get patches applied, managing risk exceptions. Less glamorous than pen testing, but genuinely critical and constantly in demand. Number 5, cyber threat intelligence. You are tracking adversaries. Who is attacking organizations like yours? What techniques are they using? What are they going to do the next? This is about turning raw data into actionable insights for leadership and defense team. Underrated role, but growing fast. Number 6, digital forensics. You are the detective. Something's happened, a breach, a fraud, an insider threat, and your job is to reconstruct exactly what occurred and preserve the evidence. Number 7, cybersecurity generalist. This is where most people start without realizing it has a name. You are covering multiple areas, a bit of monitoring, a bit of policy, a bit of vulnerability management. Now in smaller organizations, this is actually a senior role because you are there to cover everything. Number 8, identity and access management. Who can access what, when and why? IAM is one of the fastest growing specialization in enterprise security. Now zero trust is built on that. If you are not hearing about IAM, PAM and identity governance in your organization is behind. Number 9, cryptography and communication security. Designing and implementing systems that protect data in transit and at rest. This sits at a more specialized end. You need strong mathematical and engineering foundation, but it's essential for financial services, defense, and government. Number 10, security testing. This is your penetration tester, your red teamer, your ethical hacker. You're paid to break things before the bad guys do. Technically demanding entry, but highly rewarding and one of the most searched career paths in cybersecurity. Number 7, secure system development. Security built into the software development cycles. Your DevSecOps, secure coding standards, SAST, DAST, those kind of tooling. If you're a developer moving into security, this is your most natural entry point. 12, secure system architecture and design. You're designing system to secure from the start, not bolting security on afterwards. This is my world. HLDs, LLDs, security patterns, threat modeling. It requires broad technical knowledge and strong communication skills because you are always bridging technical and business. Number 13, cybersecurity audit and assurance. You are independently verifying that controls actually work, not just that they are documented. Governance, testing, evidence review. Strong overlap with compliance and risk function. If you came from an audit background, this path is very accessible for you. Number 14, data protection and privacy. GDPR, data classification, privacy by design, DPO territory. Now with AI Act requirements, now layering on top of GDPR, this specialization is getting busier and more complex. Huge demand in regulated industries. Number 15, cybersecurity governance and risk management. Policies, risk registers, board reporting, regulatory compliance, risk appetite. This is where security meets the business at the strategic level. If you have got GRC on your CV and you understand framework like ISO 27001 or NIST, this is your home. Number 16, cybersecurity management. You are running the security function, managing people, budgets, policies, and reporting to the board. Now, this is not a technical role anymore. It's a leadership role, CSM and CSSP territory. If you want to end up as a CISO, this is the path. Chapter 3, how to use this map. So now we have got the full picture, but how do you actually use it? So there are 3 questions I will ask myself. Number 1, where are you now? Not just your job title, but which of the 16 areas does your actual day-to-day work sit in? Sometimes people are surprised. They thought they were just doing SOC job, but actually they are doing network monitoring, incident response, and bit of vulnerability management. Second, where do you want to be in 3 years? Not in 5 years, not in 10 years, just 3. Pick 1 or 2 of the specialization that genuinely interest you. Not the ones that sound impressive. The ones that when I described them, you thought, yeah, I'd actually enjoy that. And third, what's the connection? Look at the connected areas between where you are and where you want to go. The framework shows you natural stepping stones. You don't have to leap from network monitoring straight to the security architecture. There are paths in between. So I'll be covering every single one of this in detail in the series, including responsibilities, skills, certifications, salary ranges, and how to break in from where you are today. Now, 25 years ago, I had no map like this. I worked it out the hard way through trials, but you don't have to do it that way. The map exists now. The pathways are real, and now you have seen all 16 of them. So no more accidentally ending up somewhere by default. Start making deliberate choices about where you are heading. Drop me a comment below. Tell me which one of these resonates most with you right now, or tell me which one you had no idea existed before this video. I read every comment and I'll use them to decide which pathway I'll cover next in the series. If you want to be notified when the next one drops, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Each video in this series will go deep on one specialization, what the role actually looks like day to day, what certification help, and what salary you can realistically expect. I hope this video was useful for you all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.